masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is China. This is another set of videos, kind of like one of 3 DLC tracks, if you want to call them that. So there was sound then. Let's go. So, you know guys, know the drill by now. I'm starting P1. It's 5 laps. Just to show you what a setup does. And the setup at the end of the video. Let's go. Hope you guys are good though. I called it one of 3 DLC tracks because obviously China is officially on the calendar, but due to ongoing issues with the vid, the Chinese Grand Prix was cancelled, but it will be on the calendar again in 24. France is gone though, and Portimao is gone as well, but they are still available to drive. And those setups will be up next, but right here, right now, we got China. Really tricky, difficult China, but with a good setup, plenty of downforce. You can get on it, no problem at all. I've not used any of my battery yet, only what the car uses. Car bottoming out a little bit, to be fair. But we'll get Verstappen. Don't you worry about that. We'll get him, don't you worry. But love the long right-hander at T1. Gotta be really careful though.
We've got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your own.
Tyres are absolutely getting murdered around here. Softs, they only last about 5 laps in total. Obviously they last a lot longer because we're in a 5 lap race, but if you were to try and run softs in a 50% race, they don't last. They do not last around here at all, which is not good. The sequence of tricky corners at sector 2. See just how high the temperatures gain and go. I'll keep as much as my battery as possible for the last lap. But the wings, the car feels great setup wise. Knee dramas.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
34.5, and that was not really trying. Now DRS is enabled. I'll attack Verstappen a bit more, especially down the long back straight. Purple sector 1. Apply a little bit here, try and get a purple sector 2, try and get a bit of a faster lap, maybe try and even get into the 33s. Maybe not then. The thing with the AI as well, they can just take off on that last corner. Doesn't help when I make mistakes either. It is what it is. So the AI seem to be very not very good in sector 1, but in sector 2 and 3, like I said, they really come alive. I'm going for it there.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
You've got to be so switched on every time you go through sector 2. The car really does want to get away from you every time. And you've got to be so careful getting on the power there. And part of you just wants to just floor it, but then you'll just spin off because it's just so difficult. It really is. Like, never known a circuit like it. I mean, Sepang in Malaysia was a circuit which is like that as well, where you had a sequence of corners that was just right, left, long corners as well.
Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
Of course, now the AI are going to have all their ERS available. They just pull it from the thin air, but it is all good. Should have more than enough to see me clear down the back straight. Temperatures rising all the time, which is never good. The start went into 0.3. Need a really good exit from. Keep the car from spinning out. But here he comes. Have I got enough in the battery? Yes, good, well enough. I said there are some, even that hairpin is a very tricky traction zone. This has been 5 laps though. So setup's up next. Do all that good stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button,
Oh, superb
and I'll catch you in the next one.
That is the race
That's
win.
it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take the top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
Well, for me it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Welcome to the China setup. So, this is what I have gone with. It's quite a high downforce setup because of the long left-hander into a right-hander into a double left-hander in sector 2. It can really unstable and unsettle the car, and you need as much grip, mechanical grip, downforce as possible. So this is what I've gone with. I've gone with 29 on the front, 24 on the rear. You can drop these down a couple if you obviously want to go faster, but then you risk the understeer, you risk the loss of mechanical grip, and yeah, it changes. It's bizarre because this is the only circuit that I know of that the car can go from understeer to oversteer to just, yeah, in a sequence of corners. It's absolutely bonkers. So yeah, 29, 24 I've gone with on the wings. Like I said, you can go down a little bit, but that is entirely up to you. 50-50 on diff. Again, you need as little wheel spin out of the corners as possible, especially with running high wings. Not only that, when you go into the massive hairpin that leads onto the back straight, you want to carry as much momentum as possible through that corner, obviously to set you up nice for the long back straight, and you need to do that without as minimal wheel spin. So I've gone with 50-50. On the suspension geometry, right, left, same old. So this is what I've gone with. I've gone with quite a stiff setup again. Gone with 30 front suspension, 8 on the rear. I've gone with 12 on the roll bar at the front. Again, you want as much turning as possible. You could probably go a little bit higher as well if you wanted to on the roll bar, if you wanted more. Possibly a little stiffer on the rear, but again, it comes down to preference. This is your setup. I mean, I can drive using this perfectly, no problem at all, but you guys might need to tweak a little few things just to get it working, and that's what needs to happen. It then becomes your setup, because like I said, we all drive differently. We all tap a corner, well, different lines. Just got to make it yours. Onto the ride height, going quite a low front and quite a high rear. That's because you want as much straight line stability down the back straight as possible. Again, obviously, I say straight line speed kind of negates it with the fact that you got running high wings. It's kind of like Spain type downforce, which is madness, but you need that stability through the sequence of corners in sector 2. It's just nuts. On the brakes then, again, this only applies to ABS off users, but I've gone with 158. I was even locking up at 58, so again, during the race, don't be surprised if you see me changing the brake bias back and forth. But again, if you run ABS off, ABS on, good luck to you. You don't need to play around with things like that. Just let it go. And the tyres, going there, 22.7 on the front, 20.3 on the rear. With sector 2, the tyres heat up massively, so don't be afraid to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, because they are gonna really create some temperature during the sequence of corners in sector 2. Like I said, sector 2 around China is probably the worst sector 2 I've ever seen at the circuit, but it is what it is. But don't worry, the tyres will cool down going down the small straight, and then you've got the hairpin, and you've got the long back straight, so don't be too worried about that. But you need to keep an eye on those tyre temperatures, because sometimes if you push too aggressively through sector 2, you will not, you will have too much temperature in the tyres, you will hit the hairpin, get a bit over eager on the throttle, and then spin out because you've got too much temperature in the tyres. this has been China setup then, guys. One of 3 DLC tracks, if you want to call them that. Remember to do all that good stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.